And all right, guys, what is going on? David Hammond here, back with another podcast. First off, this is a visual format podcast over on YouTube. So if you guys are on the Force Talks podcast app, I was going to say Apple, the app, definitely come over to YouTube, check with the visual aspect, because we have the one and only, the guest, Alex. Alex, we have one mic as far as you guys are wondering, so I want Alex to kind of give an intro who he is. You know, we've been working together, kind of tell them what we've been working on. Just give them a little intro into who you are, kind of what you do, for all the YouTube viewers being like, why am I working with you, bro? Who are you, right? Yeah. Go for it.
Okay, guys. My name is Alex Sedaris. I'm a photographer, videographer from just outside Toronto. I love to take street photos, concerts, and anything portrait I really like to take. So, yeah, you can check me out on Instagram, Archived by Alex. I post all my portraits on there. So, yeah, that's basically what I like to do.
Perfect. Awesome. So, and guys, we are sharing this one mic, so cut us some slack if it's a little weird. I think it's actually going to add to the video. But with that said, guys, Alex is he's a really dope portrait slash, what'd you say, street slash concert, more of a portrait photographer though, like not like a lens, like
Yes,
more of a portrait, right?
Yes.
Yeah, guys, yo, the first thing that comes to mind, this guy's street photography, like. I kind of want you to explain, because, like, we've been downtown, like, I've seen you, like, go up to these random people and just, like, the weirdest people. So kind of explain what you do, your thought process behind that, like, how you have the balls to, to do that.
Okay.
Your goal with it, kind of.
So, basically, when I'm taking photos, you have to really look at, it's like the defining moment that happens. So, if you miss that, you missed it. It doesn't wait for anyone. So, if you see a shot, just take it. If you see a shot, just take it. That's basically what I kind of try to think, and kind of when I'm trying to form my shots or take a shot, I try to think, what is this person kind of giving off more thing? What is their energy? What can I tell a story about this person? So when say I'm downtown or I'm at a concert and I see someone interesting, it's more about trying to find those stories through people, because they're not just going to show themselves. You have to try to look, and once you more, I'll let David talk. Kind of give his thoughts on that.
Yeah, dude, you can even probably talk a little louder if you want. Okay. If you want.
Yeah.
With that said, guys, yeah, sorry if you hear Kira. We're outside in the backyard. If you guys listen to this auditorially, that's why I check it on YouTube. Yeah, so I guess a question for Alex. What makes you decide, like, I've seen when you look at some people on the street with, like you're saying, that character, that story, and they're very interesting people, right? What makes you decide whether you want to go up to them and talk to them to be like, this person or not this person?
Yes, okay.
And then, like what's your process behind it? Like, do you just say fuck it and not think and just ask them, or like is there like a mental checklist? Because I'm thinking of people in your shoes wanting to do that.
Yes, yeah. So, if you're looking to start taking street photos, basically just look for what you like. You're telling your perspective. So I try to when I go out, I try to look what catches my eye. So bright colors, interesting hair, anything that kind of catches your eye, I usually just take, and you can really capture some amazing moments if you go downtown even. So yeah, just go out, take and capture, and hopefully you can capture some great stuff, but just take what you like. That's basically what it comes down to.
Do you have some of your work back from the print shop?
Yes.
You do? Because if we can put some of that in here, you can send me some?
Yeah, for sure. I got that developed today.
Because I want to show them.
Yeah.
The guys playing chess, did you get that one?
Yes, I got
They're like,
that. I'm going to be getting that one.
Guys, and like, I think the reason why I find it kind of cool is because I know, like, being a content creator, you have to hustle, and I haven't seen, and I know people do it, but I haven't seen, like, in the flesh, a street photographer and their hustle. Like, there were quite a few times we've been downtown, and I was almost scared that, like the people he was asking, like, either, like, a fight was going to happen, or, because, like, sometimes you don't ask them. Like, you're right in their face and you take it. So, like, I was keeping my distance. Like, I was literally ready for them to, like, to be honest, like, these are weird people. So, like, you know, it's interesting. It's interesting.
My thoughts behind that, yeah.
Yeah, like what? Yeah.
So when I'm out and taking photos, basically, I've been doing this for like a year now. I've been taking street photos. So when I go out and I see something I do like, the feeling of not capturing that moment, it's more that hurts more than saying no, you can't take a photo of me, or get away from me or fuck off or sorry.
That's what they say.
Sometimes they can.
It's raw. Go
Oh
for it.
yeah, so sometimes they will say that shit to you. So
Yeah.
you have to be careful, but you also don't want to miss the moment, the defining moment. So that's what it comes down to. Yeah.
It's like all this short-term versus long-term stuff. And like, what would you say to them was your weirdest, like your weirdest experience, your best, and then your worst?
Okay.
Like, just kind of go into that.
Yeah. So this year actually in February I was in New York, and after the show I knew that there were some celebrities gonna be coming out, so I had to be ready. I set my settings. I was ready. I was waiting, and this is gonna be the best moment. So I was waiting outside to take some street photos. So I see the one and only Paris Hilton coming out, and she starts posing for me on the stairs. So when that happened, I really needed to make the shot. If it was out of focus or if it was the composition wasn't right, that's it. I'm never probably gonna see her again. So I was able to get that. So that photo was probably one of my favorite street photo moments, and one of my worst moments. I guess these would be. I guess I'll give one. I'll try to give one worst moment. So sometimes when I'm out and you ask people, you will get rejected. So I was just asking one day I was asking a couple for their photo because I thought they looked awesome, and I went up to the girl and I said, "Can I get your photo?" And she clung to her boyfriend. I said, "Oh, I'm sorry if I startled you," and they weren't too happy with that. I wanted their photo, so
That's not even that bad.
yeah, it's not even that.
Thankfully.
Honestly, thankfully, yeah, like nothing really happened, but
Because like there have been some weird people.
yeah,
I've seen
exactly,
the people
yeah,
that are asking them that.
true,
They're weird, man.
yeah.
They're weird.
Luckily, I don't think I've really had to, because I learned from it all.
Okay,
Yeah, I learned like every time, like if it does go wrong or something does happen, I learn next time how to adjust that or how to make that better. So there isn't really. I try to not look at it as the worst, but yeah, maybe yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So yeah, that was kind of in a nutshell. Alex, now, kind of tell them, what are you getting more into now in terms of video? And this is kind of like why we've been collabing together, because Alex is into photo. You know, I'm into more of landscape-based photo, like outdoor photo stuff. But my stuff's more video. Like that's kind of, I guess, is where my focus is more headed into, and it always has been. So tell them like what we just filmed before this, like kind of where your heading is with video, like why we're collabing, and yeah, just kind of your experience, stuff like that.
Yeah, so I actually met David, I think a few months ago now. So we've been working together. We've been working on video. We just actually shot an awesome short doc for David. It's going to be up later probably. So definitely check. Yeah, definitely a little bio video. Short, almost a short doc.
Yeah, exactly, like a mini doc.
Yes, a mini doc. Yeah. So we were shooting that. I'm looking to more into be telling greater stories than just myself, diving into other creatives' lives in Toronto, and even some people I meet on the street, I could talk to them and interview them. So yeah, yeah, man, yeah.
You're like a super heavy, because like I feel like usually people start with photo and then they dabble into video. Like that's kind of like that's kind of how it rolls out, right? Because photo is I guess I'm not saying it's easier, but it's almost less intimidating to an extent. And there are pros and cons to each. Like photo, don't get me wrong, it's trickier in senses, but I see you being like a super heavy documentary style photographer and videographer. Like I see that's kind of like the direction. Like I think where you're trying to head more of like the documentary like stuff, which literally you filmed your first one today. And you did pretty damn good at it. You know, so especially with like. Yeah, I guess is there anything else you want to say, or I guess we should kind of before we move on.
More about videos I might be trying to do.
Yeah, a little bit more, and then we'll move on to the next topic.
Yeah. Go for it. So over the past month, few weeks, I've been starting to vlog. So that's been a good experience for me. So I've been telling my story more, but I'm looking to tell more other people's stories in around Toronto, and I like today David's story, which was amazing. So I'm gonna be working on that soon. So I want to be working on some more documentary stuff, some street style, downtown fashion stuff like that. So yeah, check that out. It'll be up soon. So yeah.
Okay. So that is a little bit of context and backstory to Alex. I kind of wanted to just do that for this podcast and also the video, so you guys can kind of understand, like, you know, where he's at, like why we're working together, et cetera, et cetera. Alex was super into photo, which he still is. he's kind of now meshing into video, which is where I kind of come into play. So he's kind of under my wing in a sense, but we're both collabing in a very beautiful sense, and he's growing very quickly. Like the speed at which, like I'd be about 3.5 years ahead, and already, like the speed at which he's catching up is very quick. Like he can understand because I'm pretending he's been shooting as long as me, so I'm throwing things at him quick. And sometimes I'm a little harsh because like I'm like no, we gotta fix this. But he's adapting quick, which is what you need to, because I'm trying to get you ready for like these heavy dogs, bro. When the the big stuff happens. So yeah, I think wow, that was a good little intro. I'm trying to think now where to go with this podcast, because I kind of want it. So the audience is a bunch of content creators, and I just want. I'm trying to think, and I can cut some of this stuff out.
I find we often we're shooting at
like what's kind of coming to your head.
Yeah, I find me and you were often shooting at a spot, and we're like.
It can be on photo, video, life, like anything creativity.
We're too perfectionist sometimes.
Yeah. Okay.
Like we're trying to. We could shoot all day at this one spot, but.
So you tell them. You like ask me something, or you tell them.
Yeah. So I find me and David, we're often shooting like amazing B-roll sequences, and we'll be shooting for an hour to getting every single shot we can, framing any way we can, and it'll be the closing down. Will last 15 minutes of shooting, and we'll finish shooting, and we'll be like putting our stuff away, and like, should we keep shooting? Like, there's a couple cool more shots we can get. Like, let's do it. But that just it comes down to productivity over perfection. Like, I feel like you want to pump out as many videos as you can rather than making sure everything's perfect, because that will come over time, and we're always making sure that our shots and our composition, and if you're ensuring that, then it should be like that. So try not to worry too much about the types of shots you're getting, more just how you're documenting it, kind of thing.
I like that.
Yeah.
You're saying like progression over perfection.
Yeah.
That should be like I don't know if that's a quote or not.
Right,
Progression over perfection. Dude, if no one's trademarked that, we've trademarked that right fucking now, but I'm getting that tatted. Progression over perfection. I like that, man, because like me myself, and it's so funny you bring up perfectionism. Out of all the things, that has been one of my biggest demons, is perfectionism. Like, and I mean even in the sense of like in a micro scale, like you guys posting to Instagram, like, and it might sound silly to some of you guys, but like I could post a photo to Instagram, and that one photo could take me like an hour to post, like an hour and a half of just like looking at it, making sure it's okay. Like, should I do this? Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe.
Looking at the composition, the colors.
Yeah, maybe the colors are a bit off, or maybe like the contrast. I put too much contrast. Maybe I should delete it real quick before no one really sees, and then put it up again. And at times I've done that, man, and it's like, and even with like the caption stuff, and like my biggest thing. Not really, and like what you saw firsthand, like when I posted the YouTube video, I was like, I told Alex, because he saw when we were about to head out to shoot a vlog, and I was like, I'm posting the video, and I told him, I was like, right at the end of this point, this is where the perfectionism starts kicking in. Right when I posted it, I was like, this is when I like look at the thumbnail, I'm like, yo, should I do it? I was like, is it good? But then we just left. We're just like, fuck it. We're like, bro, gotta leave. And I think like the best thing, at least in my, you have to practice, and the best thing, honestly, and this is what I say to myself. You make it very clear to yourself, it's not perfect. It's not perfect. And you have to say that straight up. It's not perfect, but that's okay. It's not perfect. Because it's in trying to make it perfect that you'll stay there for 3 hours. And perfectionism itself is an idea. Like, the crazy part is there's no such thing as the perfect thing. Like, this is literally like a deep philosophical, like, fucking notion. Like, there's no such thing as the perfect thing. So you think of, like, the perfect video or the perfect plant or the perfect dog. It's just an idea. It literally does not exist. Like, you think of like the perfect face, the perfect woman, the perfect guy, it literally does not exist. It's impossible. It's just an idea. Because once you find that, you're like, oh, you know what?
This works.
All right? Like, it could be better. So that's, I guess my advice to you guys is you tell yourself straight there, if it's fucking with you, it's not perfect, but it's good enough. It's okay. And that may fuck with you.
Can get better.
And I can get better.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, that's spot on. I think yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's spot on. Honestly, I like what David said, progression over perfection, because a lot of the times, yeah, man, that was very good. A lot of the times we'll be, as content creators, as photographers, videographers, we'll be looking over the same stuff. Maybe we've done it for a day or two, and then we'll go back to our same work and we'll say, how can I make this better? How can I make this better? But it's already good probably the first time you did it. True. Or the second time you did it. But you just got to trust that your artistic view or your gut or whatever you call it is good enough for you, and if you know you're constantly improving, then soon, like that's what you want, basically.
100%.
Yeah.
And what's actually cool about you saying that is I've noticed the best thing, which is literally progression over perfection. What I've been doing to combat that, and kind of what I'm purposely doing now, is if you guys notice, I'm doing, or at least the goal right now, is a video and a podcast every other day.
Yes.
By me putting out a vlog and a podcast every other day, it literally eliminates the room for perfectionism to even breed. Because I know, like, a new video is coming out in 2 days. It's progression, bro. Like, I have no time. I feel like, it's not coincidence that the people who deal with the most perfectionism post the least, because they're always working on that one thing and trying to tweak it and fix it. The people who post the most, they have almost no time to think about perfectionism. Like, you look at Casey Neistat, or people, who vlog a lot. You have literally no time to think about it because you're thinking about your next video. Like, you literally have, like, we're out vlogging the next day. I didn't have, like, literally after I posted that video and we went out vlogging, I had no time to think about was it perfect or not because we were out recording. I had no mental or physical time. So I feel like another cure is to just, it's literally progression over perfection. Be doing something. And then ironically, that's actually what gets you to make it more perfect than philosophizing and looking at the screen. It's all backwards. It's a paradox,
That's very true, David. Yeah, man. Honestly, as you're working and you're working and you're working, it may look like you're going down or you're not getting better, but you actually are.
It's very subtle.
Yes, yeah. It's you gotta fail but fail better kind of thing. Fail but fail better. Yeah, that's kind of.
Do you what's the next kind of topic coming in your head? Because as you guys know, like, they're not planned. These are very spontaneous. We didn't get asked any questions. This is just rolling with the guts. If anything comes to your mind, we'll just kind of run with that. I really like that though idea of perfectionism. It's funny how you brought that up. This is kind of on you, man. Like, whatever's kind of just coming in your head. If nothing, like, I can. I mean, we can even finish. I feel like we should talk about one more thing before we finish it, because it's probably like 20 minutes. I want it to be like at least like half an hour, at least.
Okay, yeah. Any ideas coming?
Guys, we're thinking of a question right now. We're thinking, what do we talk about? This is where it'd be nice to have like a Q&A.
Yeah. I mean, the Raptors won last night, so that's good news.
I don't watch sports. Do you guys watch sports? Yeah, my brother had some friends over and they all talking about sports, and I was like, help.
Yeah, it would have been. Drake was there. It would have been awesome. Drake actually pulled up to Jurassic Park. It would have been awesome to take some photos there last night, but I think
that's a good idea. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Okay.
Tell them about, because I know you told me this. Tell them your process with your concert photography, who you just shot the other day, but more important, not even so much who you shot, because like that's external, like here and there, like it fleets, but like your process, like how'd you start? You know what? Do that. Preface that. How'd you start? Why'd you start? And how do you get in these shows?
Yeah.
How are you getting these shows? Like, who'd you shoot?
Okay, yeah, for sure. Yeah, go nuts. So, when I first picked up the camera, honestly, I really wanted, how it began. Yeah, so, I was really drawn to. I'm really into music, so I'm really drawn to concerts, live performances, and everything like that. So I wanted to be able to capture them for myself. I love going to them, but oftentimes I have nothing to bring back. I have nothing to show people or whatever it was. I like to create stuff also. That's another part of it. So I would go to these concerts and I would figure out how could I get in. Like I said, once I got my camera, I really wanted to figure out how I could get into these concerts. So when I would search up who's coming to Toronto, I'd search that and I would see how can I get in. So a lot of the times I message the right people and they can hook it up with a media pass. But when they can't, that's when I have to be resourceful. So I'll get a pair of earplugs and I'll pretend I'm working for the concert. So I last week I was shooting for Snoop Dogg. So you can check out the shots. I put in earplugs. I tell the people at the front, hey, I'm shooting for Snoop Dogg. I need to get into the concert. And a lot of the times I get let in. The earplugs, I like the earplugs. That's something new I started. It notifies everyone there that you're working, because a lot of the people, if they bought a ticket, they want to hear the actual music that's playing. So if I put in earplugs, they think I'm just working. So I'll get David to put up a couple shots. I saw Snoop Dogg last week, a few more guys. But, yeah, honestly, just you just have to go and ask or try or anything. I could sit there all day. How am I going to get into the concert? How am I going to get a media pass? How can I shoot these guys? But at the end of the day, you just have to try, and that's what I realized. I just started trying, and almost became a habit to me now. I just go and I shoot these concerts. So, yeah, that's basically, yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah, and easier said than done, because that takes quite a bit of balls to just go up there and be like, yeah. I shoot the amount of rejection that you probably face from that is, and that's one thing. I think I want to finish it off on that is like, I noticed being a content creator is, it's far less on, and this may like trigger some people, but it's far less on your technical skill, and it's more so on the actual courage you have.
That's a very good point, man. That's an awesome point, David. Yeah.
I think I want to, I want to finish it on there. Like the reason I say it all, it matters more so on courage and not the technical skills, because courage is what allows you to progress in that technical skill, not the other way around.
Yes.
Not the other way around. You can be really skilled at something. If you have no balls, you're not going to do anything. You can't perform. Exactly.
Yes.
Like you can be the best soccer player in the world, but if you can't go up and play in front of people, if you're nervous to play, you can't. Cause I used to play reps, dude, and it's so funny actually. Like you guys say it, like I used to play rep soccer for quite a few years, and with soccer itself, I was actually pretty good. Like if we played where there was no pressure, like it was like a house league or like just like a fun match, then it was fine. But as soon as there were people and it was a big match, dude, I would freeze up. I'd get sport anxiety. It was not fun. Like all of a sudden I was shit, and I was just like, I was making rookie mistakes, and it's like, so we're like other guys who weren't that good. They just had balls, and they would just go out and just have fun and rev it, and then all of a sudden they became so good. So, Alex, kind of what's your take on that? Because I feel like that's how you got to where you are now. It's more so you just had balls to say, yo, I may not know how to shoot concerts yet, but I've got the balls to try to learn. Like, what's your take?
Yeah. Honestly, as I've been going out and shooting more, I've realized that the photo or the video, it's not about the actual subject. It's about you getting to the place to shoot the subject, because that the 90% of it is actually getting to the place, to be in the right place to shoot the whatever you're going to be capturing. And yeah, so like you saying, he vlogs, so that you capture the whole process in that, which is pretty awesome. That's what the story's about. Yeah, so
First met downtown, I was fucking lost. Yeah. Like I was saying, when I was first downtown, Alex and I couldn't find him for like an hour, and we were lost, whatever. That made content for the vlog. It's not even in just us meeting up. It's the story behind that. It's how you meet up. It's not who you shoot. It's how you got to shoot that person. That's where the story comes in. It's like, bro, you shot Snoop Dogg. How'd that happen? It's the story behind that.
And that's the hardest part almost. The story, to tell a story and to play out a story, it could be the hardest part, but that takes courage.
And
it's true.
And at the end of the day, that's what photo and video is all about. Like the documentary, which is so perfect, is it's the story, bro. It's the process of that. It's not the final result. Because if I were to give you the final result, you'd go home. It's like telling you the spoiler for like Avengers Endgame. You're like, fuck this, I'm going home. I didn't watch it, by the way, but like I know what happens because everyone says the ending. It's about the process, and the process takes courage. The end result doesn't necessarily take courage. That's what it comes down to. I think we'll probably wrap it off on there. So, Alex, you want to give us some last final notes on this, and then after that, kind of plug yourself. Tell them what's up, man. Tell them what we're about to do. We're about to shoot literally right now, and I'll outro it for me. So you tell them what's up.
Yes. Be on the lookout. I'm going to be uploading a lot of videos in the future. I'm going to be keeping updated on my Instagram, so check that out. I'm going to be going to concerts, street photos, hopefully more mini documentaries in Toronto documenting some people. So, other than that, check out my YouTube, Alexander Sedaris.
All linked down below.
Yes, all linked down below. All my photo, video stuff is on there. And so,
the name for the podcast.
Yes, for my YouTube is Alexander Sedaris, and my Instagram is Archive by Alex. And yes, thank you, David, for having me. I had a great time here on this podcast. So, yes.
Yeah, sick, guys. We're gonna wrap it there. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys are on the podcast app, make sure to give it a 5-star rating. Write a review. Tell us a few words on how this really, how you liked it. If it impacted you, whatnot, or even just tell us your favorite experience. If you guys are on YouTube, comment down below. Tell us what your favorite thing to shoot is. The question of the day is, it's more so, what do you want to have the courage for? Not the technical skill, but what is the courage you want to have to do that technical skill?
Type it out in the comments, but do it.
Do it, and this is why I tell you guys to comment this, because it's not so much for me where it's like, oh, I got all these comments. It's literally saying it to yourself, like putting it out there into the world that it's like, this is what I will do. I may be afraid right now, but this is what I'm gonna do. That's why I do these little questions at the end to Like, I literally say it for yourself. You have the balls and you want to do it. Write it down, man. Like,
yeah,
okay, if you're afraid to say it in front of other people, then you're afraid to say it to yourself. Like, that's the reality, and then you're fucked, man. Because like, that's phase one, bro. Self-belief is phase one before anything else can happen. So, anyways, with that said, comment down below, give it a like, check Alex out, guys. We're gonna be collaborating more. We're shooting the rest of my mini doc right now. We're gonna catch golden hour. We gotta rush this. So we'll finish it there. Alex, say peace.
Yes, peace, guys. Cheers. Yes.
We'll see you guys next time. Much love. Peace.
Yo, that was sick, man.
Wasn't that good?
Yeah,
Good
that was fun. Yeah, good.